Yes, everyone, how are we doing? It's Matt back with the Brentford save, and you can see I've played a little bit into the Premier League after our promotion last season, and you can see little old Brentford are doing very well. We are fifth in the league, having played 10 games. You can see here an A plus manager report. That's the only A plus I've ever gotten, ever in my life. um, and it's been quite an interesting one, quite a mixed bag. Some players have performed well, some players haven't performed well. Some of the new signings have been tremendous, some of them have been indifferent. Um, and that's what we're gonna get into and talk about, and then we're gonna live comment the Carabao Cup fourth round tie against Chelsea. Um, We'll start off first of all with the squad screen here. If we do it by minutes played, can we get rid of players out on loan? Is it unavailable? Get rid of them. Okay. No, because that'll get rid of any suspensions we got. Anyhow, do it by minutes played. You can see the most minutes played this season has actually been Bernardo. He is a sign in that if you watched the last video, shout out to anyone who's part of the the 10 viewers that I've got who watch every video. If you are one of those guys or you're a repeat viewer, please comment down below as to why. Do you know if you're enjoying the series? I'd like to know. Um, excuse me. Yeah, Bernardo is basically our starting centre back as a ball playing defender. You can see attribute wise, I don't pay much attention to attributes, but he's got the attributes to actually do that. He trains very well. He's actually improving on his physicals and his technicals. And he's come in and he's performed well. He scored a goal in the last match round. He was a £2.3 million signing, which my DLF picked up from Brighton, who had been relegated, I believe. Um, yeah, he's. Can we go back to his metrics? Let's have a little look. And let's compare him with who we'd expect to be our starters, which was Pinnock, which was also, well, this is going to give it away. Mads Beck Sorensen picked up a cruciate knee ligament injury before the season. He's got 2 to 4 months left, but you can see it's had a massive impact, particularly on his physicals. Um, I mean, he's still only young, but players tend not to recover from these type of injuries. So, because I've now got the cover in, I'm tempted to sell Sorensen. It's a bit of a shame, but you know that's the thing of this game. It reflects real life, and that can happen at any time in real life. So the centre backs have been Bernardo, Ethan Pinnock, um, also Yegor Sorokin, who is a new guy we brought in after the injury to Sorensen. Uh, Guillaume Molina, and the next one is Zachary Diallo. You can see him down the bottom there. He's literally made one substitute appearance, so that's basically all he's there for. So there's no point in comparing him. Um, so metrics wise, 10 appearances for Bernardo, 9 in total for Pinnock, 4 for Sorokin because he came in on deadline day, and 3 for Guillem Molina. Guillem Molina is the guy we brought in on a free from Valencia, and as you can see, he is doing very well training wise. He knows he's an impact sub, which is great because he's 21 years of age. Um, and he's improving, so that was the whole point of that transfer. But again, looking at the metrics, Bernardo's actually managed to get himself on the score sheet, which is why his goals and his XG are higher. He's also on occasion rotated into that left back position during a game, which would suggest that he gets a bit further up and makes more passes. But actually, if you have a little look, um, the only one who doesn't is Molina. Yegor Sorokin and Ethan Pinnock both have better passes completed per 90. Chances created isn't on anything. Key passes per 90. Pinnock again is higher. Um, but then we go into this is the tackles, the headers, and whatnot. He's quite comparative to Ethan Pinnock. But Pinnock, we know, is better in there. If we look at his attributes, this is where attributes come into it. He's got 15 heading and 17 jumping reach at 6'4". Bernardo is only 6'1", and he's got 10 heading and 14 jumping reach. So that that's reflective. We kind of get that. The tackle rate percentage. is a 76% to 78% to 71%. If we just compare Bernardo with Ethan Pinnock, form wise, he's just in better form than Pinnock's been. So I've tried not to rotate them as much, and I've been keeping Bernardo playing as much as I could. Um, he's a little bit faster than Pinnock as well, and because we play a high line, and obviously a lot of the Premier League teams like to get people in behind. Um, it's sort of helped out. It's gone against what we tend to do here. Ball playing, defend. Um, yeah, comparatively, they're pretty close. It's just sort of the pace thing, which is edging Bernardo out at the minute. Statistically, as you say, the passes again, it's not major because we play ball playing defender. We do try and keep an eye on it. Um, the tackles 1 per 90 minutes is quite close. We've got a 1.6 out of 1.68. Tackle completion ratio 77% to 76, and as we can see, that the distance covered is more for Bernardo because, as I say, he's played left back on occasion too. So there's not much in it. Um, yeah, it's more so Bernardo's a bit more technical. As you can see, Pinnock is very one-footed. Um, he's classed as a Premier League player. He can still improve. He loves big matches. As to be fair, Pinnock does too. They're both quite consistent. Yeah, it sort of depends who we're playing. If we're playing the likes of like Leicester, where Vardy's going to get in behind, and Bernardo definitely starts. Other games, Pinnock starts. So it's a bit of a mixed bag of a who's who and how we're going to play. But yeah, that this is what the assistant believes is the pecking order for defenders. They've got Josh De Silva in there, which is why I don't pay any attention to star ratings. They're a load of flipping nonsense. But yeah, then if we just compare Bernardo with the new guy who's come in, which is Yegor Sorokin. We just click his profile really quickly. He was someone I was tracking while we were in the championship, and we were looking at those January transfers. He statistically outperformed every single one of my defenders all season when we were in the championship, but he won't come because we were a championship side. Um, Again, very undervalued. You look at his stats for Krasnodar, that was this season. This is last season. 6.72, 24 appearances. Um, his passing and tackling was decent. He made about 2.5 tackles a game. Fouls against 20. He only committed 8 fouls all season. He has a really good average rating. It's really annoying that you can't drill down and see the other stats. I mean, that might be something that we ask Sports Interactive to, or we feed back to them, not ask them, and to say if we go into this report and the stats screen, we should be able to go back and look for years, not rather than just what the current season is. Um, but yeah, if we just go back to Sorokin and we go on the overview, you can see Sorokin's very well rounded. He had to come in for I believe the Spurs game because Pinnock had an injury and he was absolutely gargantuan. You can see he's got a 7.25 average rating from 4 appearances. Attribute wise, he plays just as a central defender on defence. So if we compare him as that, brilliant heading, brilliant at 16. Marking 11 leaves a bit to be desired and tackling 12, but we can see statistically he's got better tackle percentage rate than, more tackles per game. He's not got a better tackle percentage rate. Yeah. Tackle completion ratio 71%. Tackles 1 per 90, 1.25 to 1.6. He actually completes more passes, but again, you'd expect that because he's not played as many games. If you look at the report, he's classed as a leader, so he loves the big matches. Um, he's got good heading, he's performing well in training, and he's fairly determined. Um, Again, if we can improve him a little bit, he's only 25. Um, we paid what 1.5 was that 1.5 mil. Do you reckon he's already valued at 4.4? So yeah, we could potentially cash in on him, but I think you need to build a squad. And we've got a squad and we've got 4 very good centre backs there. This is the tactic I trial in the cup. This is what we're going to be playing against Chelsea today. This 4-4-2 because we've got 2 very good strikers as well as a backup striker in force. And if we look at the plot graph, first we look at this, our passing and shot percentage per game is great. Our tackles is above average, as is our goals per game, but our XG is terrible Conceded per game, we're doing a little bit better than the rest of the league. XG against per game is, we're conceding too many chances, really. But we've got a very good goalkeeper in David Raya, who actually picked up a bad injury, and the guy who's going to play in the game today, Gunnarsson, who is an Icelandic international, is going to play. We had scattergraph or plot graph wise, you look at it's marked as passive against clinical. So this is passive, this is clinical. So we're towards the clinical, but because we're quite low down, it means we're quite passive. So because we're low down, I believe this would be sorted in like chances, um, or like chances taken. I'm not sure how they work this metric out. But if you look at the guys who are at the top, you got Liverpool, you got Man City, you got Chelsea, United, Newcastle doing quite. Everton are also doing quite well. Um, so if we have a little look, I think Everton might be doing quite well in the league. I've not really checked league table. Oh no, they're 14th to be fair. Have they got anyone in the top scorers? Calvert-Lewin with 6 and Richarlison with 3. Yeah, so this, they're creating chances, they're scoring goals, Everton. Um, so if we just go back to that again, you can see where we're clinical to an extent, but we're quite passive. We don't make an awful lot of chances, which um, reflects in the XG per game graph. However, we are scoring more goals per game on average than the rest of the league. So yeah, we're going to trial this 4-4-2. We're going to try it in the cup. I think it's a bit of a free hit against Chelsea. If we lose, we lose. We're not expected to do really anything in it. I think it was third round and we're already in the fourth. So yeah, but we're going to trial that. Other players who you maybe mightn't have seen, I'd say this guy, Patrick Sigurd Gunnarsson. He's a very good goalkeeper. He's only 20 years of age. He's improving. He had to play 6 Premier League games and 1 game in the Cup, which is the last round of this. And he's performed very, 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 very well. It's nice knowing that we've got a ready replacement back up for Raya. If we compare him with Raya, you can see Raya just outperforms him, and Raya's not played much. He's played 5 appearances, but he's just a much better goalkeeper for what we want to do. Report-wise, he's championship level, um, and goalkeepers don't hit their peak until like 26, 27 on this game, so we could potentially bring somebody in. But look at the yeah, Raya just makes some mad saves. Eccentricity. Lovely word. Other than that, Sofian, you can see he's on a 6.99. He's improving. I had a little word with him about his training performances because these were always orange. You might have noticed in previous videos. He's now sorted that out. He also speaks English as well, so he's settling a little bit more. His value shot up to 5 mil. I think we paid what, 2 million? 1.5 million. Yeah, if we look at his progress, I think his graph's actually down. Yeah, see, I had a word with him in June. It went right down because he was a bit pissed off, and now he's gradually getting there. If we look at his all times, you can see it was all orange. So yeah, we had to have a little word with him. But yeah, he's been performing quite well. He's got 2 assists in the league. His assist in the last game was tremendous. He played a lovely through ball to Sergi Canos after giving away a penalty against West Ham, I believe it was. And it was just a lovely, lovely goal. Other notable players, we know we love our Leighton. We love our Leighton. Um, he, to me, is still outperforming Lewis Cook. He completes a lot more passes, a lot more key passes. Interceptions are higher. His headers won. His tackle rate's not as good though, but Clarkson is a better tackler overall. Let's compare the two. Oh, we're looking for Cook. So you can see that's pretty much of a muchness. Attribute wise, again, if we just highlight it, we don't pay much attention to it, but people like to see it. Attribute wise, they're quite similar for this role. Mentals, you'd expect Cook to be better because he's older. 15 to 14, 14 to 15, 16 to 14, which doesn't lead into the stat we saw about the tackles. That would suggest his concentration isn't as good, which it isn't, or his decisions. so that makes more sense to me, and his anticipation's a bit less. Um, but statistically, it's quite close. I still think Clarkson's made the step up, and I thought Cook would be able to because he's played in this division for a while. Um, but again, yeah, I think Clarkson's pretty much become the starter still. They think he's a right winger now, which he's obviously not. Um, they think he's a League Two level, but this suggests he's not. He's also got an assist as well. He's not got as many yellow cards as Cook. Um, yeah, that's not to say that the Cook signing has been bad. I just don't think he's what we expected. I've tried to train the runs with the ball through the centre out, and we're gonna get rid of plays 1-2s as well because there's a DLP on defender needs to just sit. The only other option is we pop him into the advanced playmaker role in rotation with Jensen. Matthias Jensen. Yeah, you can see they don't think there's much between them. Statistically, Jensen is better. Attacking wise, it's quite close. Pass completion ratio is off the charts compared to tackles won per 90. Lewis Cook's a lot better. And the distance covered. Midfield roles, advanced playmaker on attack. You know what? We might try Cook as an advanced playmaker on attack. Because we've already got Shandon Baptiste, who is training to be the DLP on defender, and he's actually performing quite well. Is our Shandon? He's not started the game. He's only made substitute appearances. 56.48 passes completed per 90. He likes to run with the ball through the centre, which we're training on. Tries to kill balls, comes deep, unlocks the pass shot, and attempts to score. Okay, on the fly, on the fly, on the fly decision. Other than that, the midfielders we've got, we brought in Gibbs White and Diallo on loan. We're just paying the wages for both of those characters, both of those players for the time being. They're not expected to pay an awful lot. Gibbs White, I think these are both cup appearances. The starts, you can see they're not performing great, but one of the promises to Cook was that we'd improve the midfield, and we did need to improve it. They're both good little players as well. They're both Premier League level players. Sometimes if you pick a player up on loan and you can sort of convince them to run their contract down. So I thought it was a bit of a no-brainer to do really. Next guys up are Tony, Force, and um, Kremencic. Force is quite low. He's not played much. 6 appearances to 4 appearances to 2, so we have tried to rotate them through. Shots per 90, Kremencic was the highest, but Tony started to outperform slightly. The goals per 90 is the same. Force isn't really getting much of a chance. XG, Kremencic is 2.7, which reflects I think he's actually scored 3 goals. The passes completed aren't great. The interceptions we don't need to know. Headers 1 per 90. Tony's is massive compared to Kremencic. He's good. He's a good striker. He scored a penalty against Liverpool. I think he scored against Tottenham as well. If you look at his last 5 games, scored against Norwich on the opening day, scored against Liverpool, and scored against QPR in the cup. Let's compare him with Ivan. Overview: it's very close. Kremencic is better defending physically. They're quite close. Statistically, shots on target ratio 81% to 41%, which is mad when you think the shots per 90 is a little bit higher. You'd think Tony, with the attributes he's got, could get his shots on target, but he doesn't. Tackles, again, he's better at tackles. His goals per 90 is pretty much the same. And we look at the report, there's not much in them. Decent Premier League player, fairly determined, fairly professional, recently improved, big matches, consistency. Apparently Tony's more consistent, which again reflects in the stats. Kremencic is good in the air, good at finishing, he's got international experience and he's performing well. His vision's not great, which we can see in the stats. We play him as a deep lying forward. But he's not got the stats to do it. He does give the ball away quite often, and he tends to just sort of pass it backwards. He doesn't look for that pass, whereas Tony will look. So this is why we're trialing the 4-4-2, because we've got two strikers there who can score goals. Um, I was going to play forwards in this game, but let's play Tony. This is the lineup we're going for. Um, actually, yeah, let's play Cook as the centre midfield on support. But yeah, this is the lineup we're going for. We are going to put Bernardo in. Falikande has been playing because Rico Henry, once again, shock, is injured. He's doing quite well, Falikande. Again, we knew he was wanted by some big clubs and we couldn't see why, but statistically he was performing very well for Portimonense. And it makes sense because he's come in the past couple of games. Yeah, you can see these are the games he had to start in. Um, he performed very, very, very well. Another player would give a penalty away, which was a bit annoying. Um, but he's doing well. But yeah, for the do we put Bernardo? No, let's keep Kande playing. Pinnock, Molina's pretty much the cup centre back. We've got Alakush, Gunnarsson, Koch, Baptiste, Rothwell. He's the guy we brought in for 200k from Blackburn. I think he's great. I think he's really good. He's now worth £2.2 million. He scored 3 goals. He scored a hat trick against Leeds after coming off the bench. Statistically, an XG of 1.1. He scored 3. Shots on target 67, 17% of his headers have been won. Pass completion 86, but if you look at the average 86, tackles 56%, only one chance created, which is a bit annoying, but we have been playing him as the inside forward because of injuries to Semedo and Fosu and Canos. So we're quietly optimistic about Joe. We are still training him. I think we've changed it to shadow striker because we're playing him a bit more advanced, and we've put him on tries killer balls often. If you can get that trait, he can still potentially play that advanced playmaker role. But I think as an inside forward cutting in, he does have a trait of looks for pass rather than attempts to score. So if he's got that compiled with um, the tries killer balls often trait, I think he's gonna be a very good player. He's already proven he can do it at this level. Again, it suits exactly. It proves what we're trying to do. He was £200,000 from Blackburn, who did not get promoted from the Championship, and he's come in and he's performed very, 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 very well. Um, yeah, we're gonna go and have a little look at the. We're just gonna get to the Chelsea game now, and we'll see you there, boys. Right, so here we are. We're at the Chelsea game. We'll definitely do the Oppo instructions. We don't want to do it to distribute to the centre backs. No, we don't want to do that. Don't tackle that. No, we no. We'll keep that. Looks like they're playing a very strong team. Kavachis, Mount, Sarr, Chilwell. Yeah, we need to change this up slightly. We want to hit the early crosses because we've got men in there who are big enough. We don't want to distribute to a playmaker. We'll distribute to the fullbacks and the centre backs. And again, we're going to play the high line with the offside trap. Kush Kande. Diallo, Bernardo. He's retiring now. Zachary Diallo has just come through. Diallo, Bernardo against White Force. Van der Gaag, who we just get in for game experience. He's now worth 240k. I think we paid 75k for him. Great signing. Fosu, Silva, and yeah, we'll give the rest of these guys a bit of a rest. I'm happy with that. I'm hoping Kremencic and Tony can work well together. So if they do, it just gives us that extra option if the 4-3-3 is not working and we're not breaking teams down. We can just start being horrible bastards. But if it's not broke, don't fix it. Which is why I'm trying this in the cup. I'm not particularly bothered about the AFL Cup at the minute. it'd be nice to win silverware, but I think that the main thing this season is let's just stay in the Premier League. Finance-wise, we're looking great. We've made a lot of money back. We've spent a little bit, um, but because of the TV money, the sponsorship revenue, etc., um, we've got a lot back in. We are underdogs, but go out there. I found this season, I don't know whether it's just with this group of players we've got in. If I tell them they're underdogs, they perform quite well. Now I've said that, we'll get battered. So like Tottenham, even City and Liverpool, we got beat, but we played really well. Particularly against Liverpool, we battered Liverpool, and Virgil van Dijk scored a hat trick of free kicks. Like it was fucking ridiculous. But that's FM. And Joe, it's 16 seconds in, mate. Mm. So the only thing is, because we don't have Clarkson sort of shadowing in front of the back four, we might be a bit more exposed in the middle, which means we're going to get done with a long ball. Okay, I'm not liking that already. I'm going to drop it back to standard. We're not going to play the offside, and we're going to keep that higher. See, now, that's the thing I was hoping for with the is that Baptiste gone bombing forward? He's meant to be the DLP. Hmm. But that's what we're hoping for with the 4-4-2. We know Kremencic is good in the air, as is Tony. Either flicking it on for each other or flicking it on for the Rothwell and Kanyos getting in behind. That's kind of what we're hoping for. Although we do want to play football, we need to be able to mix it up. But there's Shandon Baptiste. Koch. Kanyos. Toss. Oh, Kanyos. There was men in the middle. There were men in the middle, mate. Hmm. Kremencic isn't having a great game. Rothwell, we know, isn't. We've got a throw in on the right hand side, which Alakush will give away. But we won a corner. We like corners. We're good on corners. Pinnock! Oh. I've just noticed I haven't set up my set pieces to reflect the 4-4-2. So Kremencic was on the edge of the box, I think. Yeah, he was on Staybach. We'll fix that with that. Alakush. We do like having someone like Alakush up there. They don't tend to score many, but if the ball comes back out to them, they can get it flicked back in. They can cross the ball back in, which is why I try to keep. See, that's it. I think that's how we're going to beat them. It's that long ball to Kremencic or Tony. That's the T right there. We need to press Kovacic more because he's running us riot. Opposition, Kovacic, press him, and we want to tightly mark him. And we're gonna tell Baptiste to mark Mateo Kovacic. He's only got 11 marking, but because he's so physical. Oh God. Again, it's Kovacic. Yeah, that was the right decision to. He's running the game, isn't he, Kovacic? Let's Chilwell. Away. I'm Lewis. I'm very surprised that. I tell you what, they're knocking it around for fun. We're gonna tell Cook to mark Mason Mount as well. Oh, is there a chance for a counter? No. I feel like that triangle in the middle is just causing us too many issues. And Ethan Pinnock. Oh, Ethan. You know what? He doesn't play as much as I think he should, but he comes up big. Kepi, you're shit, mate. Ethan Pinnock, mate. What a header. Play for set pieces. Oh, okay, we're closing Mount down now, uh, which is fine. A lot of chances coming from throw-ins on either side. What a save, Sigurdsson. Gunnarsson. Yeah, we're gonna play for the set pieces. I don't know whether that means we set piece tactics and we throw-in tactics aren't great, or we just need to. Let's change it to mark the near post rather than near centre. And I think we need to press their fullbacks as well. So Reece James and Ben Chilwell, we're going to press. Okay. I'm surprised Chelsea have put such a strong team out, you know. I really am. But it's going okay. Not fantastic. But when that's only. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, the big header. Yes. There we go. Kanyos now can find Molina. Baptiste outright to Alakosh. I still don't know how to say it properly. But Kanyos give it away. Baptiste has dived in. It's really good defending by Molina to force them back wide. And it's away. And Reece James put it wide. Yeah, them putting crosses into the box, I'll say that they'll score off one. If it's only Timo Werner in there, I'm happy with that because he's not going to win many headers against Molina and Pinnock. Um, Apparently Molina's having a shocker. I don't agree with that. Big punch away from the goalkeeper. Ziyech, it's blocked. And Kanyos. And we can lead the counter attack now with Lewis Cook and now Ivan Toney. Throw in. I don't know. It's going well, but it's not going great. But again, Chelsea are a better team than us. So I don't really know. I think Rothwell definitely needs to come off. I think it's saying Cook is playing okay. I'm not too sure he is. Baptiste definitely isn't playing okay, despite being told to. Oh my god! Despite being told to Marshall Kovacic, he's not really done it well. I mean, you can see Kovacic's match rating's gone down, so he's doing enough. But Cook's not doing a good job on Mason Mount. Potentially change both the midfielders at half time. But then that leaves us. Oh, okay. Werner's getting a lot of space. I don't want to drop deep though. I don't like doing that. We're just going to press him. Oh wait, yes, Kremencic. He's got really good heading and really good mark, and he's such an asset off corners defensively. And it's another good save by the goalkeeper. Um, we'll drop it to balanced because their XG is flying through the roof. Keep it up. Yeah, Baptiste. It's the DLP on defend. Can Diallo play that role? No, gets forward whenever possible. I didn't think of the subs, did I? Okay, we'll swap them over. You know, we'll swap them over. We'll have Cook on defend. We'll have Baptiste as the more physical, but we'll drop Baptiste for Diallo, and Joe Rothwell will come off, and Tariq Fossey will come on. Still statistically one of our better players. You can see 7.30 average rating so far this season. I think he's worth about 10 mil now, which is mental. Ivan Toney, Lewis Cook. I mean, not a great ball by Molina, but if Kremencic was a bit quicker off, a bit more on his toes, away by Molina again. Diallo to Canos. Go on, get it in. There's men in there. Get up. Oh, Fosso. Diallo. Falikande. Fosu. Back to Falikande. Gets it in Kremencic. Oh, that's what we've been after, But is it going to leave us vulnerable to the counter? It absolutely is. Timo Werner. And we get it. Hey, that's calm, boys. You need to be more conservative, Fale. There's Fikayo Tamori. Oh, switches it across. No one's near it. She's put it wide. Ever get the feeling you're just holding on? Gunnison. Melina. Tony's flicked it. No one there. He's got to be off. Yeah, he was. That's good. We're catching him offside now. We're going to drop this to a winger support. We're going to keep them, put the boys out there for now. Again, we're doing okay. It looks like we're getting battered on the stats. But we're doing okay. They've changed it up now. I brought Jorginho on. Mason Mount as a shadow striker, which suggests they're going to try and play from deep. Going to take this off both players. Mount we need to watch out for. Yeah, he's still getting pressed. Weak of foot. Pulisic has been doing well. Jorginho. Press Jorginho and tackle him hard. Have they got anyone who's not quite composed enough at the back? Oh god, he's a baller. No. Okay. We'll do that for now. I'm tempted to just change Kremencic to a poacher for a minute. See if he can break that line. Let's go to standard passing and see if we can make it a bit more direct for Tony to flick on. They've now put Werner on the wing, and oi mate, who was marking him? Yeah, they've put Werner on the wing and put Tammy Abraham up front. Hudson is always going to score in a minute. They're saying Cook is knackered, and we should replace with Gibbs White. DLP on defend. Josh De Silva's going to have to do that role. Some poor individual ratings here. Can we only make 3 subs still in this competition? We can. Okay, so we're just going to have to make do with it now. Alakush, Tony, Josh De Silva, now Kremencic gives it away. Werner to Jorginho. Got to be quicker to him, boys. You've got to be quicker to him. Yeah, we need to sort out. Let's drop it to cautious, but we need to sort out Hudson Odoi. Callum Hudson Odoi, press him always, and weaker foot. Do that. We're doing cautious because we've gone a bit more direct to see if we can hit them on the counter. It's the first time I've ever gone more direct in this Brentford sleeve. Alicante with a free kick. Ooh. Oh. He's got it on target. What we'll do though is we'll waste time a little bit more. Mason Mount, Kovacic, Malangsa, Abraham. Dead. Get rid. Yes, Melina. It's Kovacic again. Out to Jorginho. Abraham. Chilwell. Malangsa. That's good. Good pressing, boys. Every player working well within their zone there. Anna, Kovacic, Reece James. Oh, there's Tariq Fosu. Oh, you see, against, I don't want to say lesser opposition, but against some, again, Gunnison, mate. We're just gonna try and fire Alakush up a bit because he's losing Hudson-Odoi a bit. As is come on, Karen, just get it down the line. Foster's going off injured. God's sake, we've made all our changes. We are gonna drop it. And we're gonna waste time frequently, and we're gonna drop the tempo. Because we're now down to 10. You bastard. Good game to live come though. I don't care if Tony's out of position, he can do it. You can see they're just chipping it to the fullbacks now because they know we're a bit deeper. It's Josh De Silva has just run it straight to Mason Mount. Mason Mount. Ben Chilwell. Good delivery. Abraham's header is over the bar. Shall I give them a shout? Shall I get now? Oh, God. Hudson-Odoi. De Silva. That'll do. I feel like we're literally just battening down the hatches here. Chilwell's kept it alive. Malangsa. Fikayo Tamori. Timo Werner. Good tackle, Fally. Kovacic. It's wide. Fally can do, man. He's a great signing. He's a good little player. We'll ignore that because we know he's out of position. This, oh God, we've been absolutely abused on the match start. Mate, he had to be offside. He had to be offside. Let's see, it's the throw in again. You see, it's because we dropped deeper. That's why I don't like doing it. And it's a flicked header from Tammy. Okay. Let's go back to what we know. Oh. Out of possession. Standard, and force them inside. Let's go back to what we know. Let's see if we can just force the issue. We probably won't, but extra time is not what we needed. Luckily, we've played a bit of rotation. You know, we've got like Gunnarsson. That was straight to penalties this round. Ooh. Displaying little emotion. Get in. You're the guy for me. Calm. Positive. Alakush could take the last one. And then it'll sort itself out. Just assertively. Aggressive. Cautiously. Reluctantly. Pump fist. I mean, Frank Lampard's doing it. Chance to be heroes, no regrets. It's Jorginho. Oh. Imagine if they put his little stupid pennon up in it. Buried it. This is actually the first pen shootout I've seen on FM this year, and I've played a couple of saves. It's not been successful. Tony! Tony's missed a few pens this year, actually. Timo Werner buries it. I'm making this little camera hang, Kremencic, he's ice cold. I say that he's going to miss. He's a good pen taker. Yeah, he's a good pen taker, Kremencic. Mason Mount, he's also a good pen taker. The whistles can be heard. It's given a big pen shootout in the Carabao, eh? Bloody hell. Sergi Canos. Oh, it's a good pen again. Tammy, you bastard. Ah, what you getting? Right, come on. Cool heads, Josh De Silva, ex-Arsenal. Against Chelsea. Dispatched it. Ah, come on. We just need Sebastian to keep his head if this goes in. We just need Alakus to keep his head. Oh, sorry, Sebastian? Sofian. Right, Kovacic. He's a good pen taker. It's saved by Gunnarsson! Yes, the boys! Oh, it's a smashing grab. Frank is fuming. Sigurdsson on a 9.7. See what I mean? He's a good keeper, That was magnificent. He's a very good keeper. Ah, man, he's not the penalty save. That is tremendous. That's tremendous, mate. Ah, well, what a win. I mean, we battened down the hatches. We tried something new. And we come away with it. We weren't predicting it. The players worked their socks off. They were heroes. Oh, you leave Soft alone. Yeah, he didn't play badly. You bullies. Oh, the fans hate him. I don't get it. I think he's a good little player. Lampard doesn't want to use the officials. Foster was out for 15 days. Just to say, I think he is worth 10 mil, like I said earlier. 8.75. It's close enough. We'll probably get about 12 if we were to sell him. Praise his performance. Put a little arm around him. The goalkeeping was a joy to behold. There he is, 12 saves in that match. I don't know whether to loan him out and get him full season under his belt or a full half season, and then we can either use Ellery Balcom, who's our third choice goalkeeper, as the backup, or we bring in somebody else. There's Ellery Balcom, who was on loan at Plymouth last season. Again, he's another good goalkeeper. He's loan listed. They're all much of a muchness, my goalkeepers, aren't they? Okay, we'll see. But anyway, boys, that was great. I'm happy with that. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please like the video, please. Please interact. I've not really had much interaction on these videos, and I want to know if you guys are liking it, if you're enjoying it, what you're not enjoying, what you'd like to see more of. But thanks very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again over the weekend.